Good day everyone, I am Pama together with my partner Joanna May Mamaril, and in this video, we are going to talk about the population growth and carrying capacity. So, in today's lesson, our objectives are number 1, explain population growth, and number 2, how does population growth affect the carrying capacity of an ecosystem. So at first, what is population? Population refers to a group of organisms of the same kind or species living in the same place at the same time. And also, population may increase or decrease due to birth, death, immigration, and migration. So let's talk about immigration. From the prefix itself, im, it means in. And from the root word migrate, it means to move from one place to another. And when it comes to immigration, it is the individual movement into an area. So, an animal search for an food and moving to a new area.
Emigration is different from immigration because from the prefix em means out, migrate means to move from one place to another, and the word emigrate means individual moving out of one place into another. So, let's talk about the two types of population growth, the exponential growth and the logistic growth. Let's talk about first what is exponential growth. So exponential population growth can grow at geometric or exponential rates in the presence of plentiful resources. Exponential growth shows a G-shaped curve and only happens if there are no limits on population growth. This means birth rates are higher than death rates and there are plentiful resources. The best example of exponential growth is seen in bacteria. Bacteria are prokaryotes that reproduce the prokaryotic fission after day and 24 of these cycles. The population will have increased from 1,000 to more than 16 billion. So, let's talk about the logistic growth. So, what is logistic growth? The rate of population growth is and gradually slows as resources are depleted. So, what causes logistic population growth? Logistic population growth when resources are limited population exhibit logistic growth, and logistic population expansion. Logistic population expansion decreases resources becomes scarce leveling off when the carrying capacity of the environment, which resulting in a 5-shaped curve. So let's talk about the carrying capacity. Carrying capacity is the maximum of number of organisms that can be supported or carried by the environment. Each population of organisms has a different carrying capacity, depending on the number of resources available in the area which it lives. Population growth is related to population density, which refers to number of organisms per unit area. Example of this is the carrying capacity of North American deer. As a result of the loss of their main predator, the deer population began to boom. Eventually, deer began to starve because of their large numbers depleted their main source of food. They had reached their carrying capacity. A population's growth is limited by two general factors. First factor is the density-depending limiting factor. This factor that regulates population's growth hand is influenced by population density. It includes the diseases and parasites, competition for resources, predation, and emigration. The second factor is the density-dependent limiting factor. It includes the food and nutrient limitation, pollutants in the environment, and climate extremes, including seasonal cycles like monsoon and other catastrophic events like earthquake. So, let's remember population growth and the carrying capacity relationship. Population is a type of individuals of the same kind that occupy a particular place throughout a period of time. Population growth shows us a picture on how a population changes quickly over time. As a population increases in an area of a population may encounter the impact of increased densities.